Hello and welcome. I am Sir Agamund, and I will be getting a Let's Play of the Dwarves of Ered Luin in Medieval 2 Total War with the Divide and Conquer submod, which was just updated to version 4. Now, so we start with these three settlements. I've got Thorinsol's, Gehuzanar, and Fahamgathol. And overall, my objectives for this campaign are going to be consolidate my forces in Erebor, take out my enemies, which is Angmar, which you can find in this area of the map. I know they have 3 starting settlements here, including the famous citadel of Carindum. And so these dwarves kind of rely on a pike and shot method of warfare using crossbows and pikemen. As you can see right here, I've got these Ered Luin scouts. They're pretty alright. They do armor piercing when they shoot. Although they are a little slow, but I've got these pikemen to keep them protected. Some of the rules that I'm going to be playing by, that I'm going to limit myself to, is that my armies can only have as many units as twice the command star of each of my generals. For example, if I look at Clan Lord Gore here, he has 5 command stars, meaning that his army can have a total of 10 units inside of it. If I were to look at someone like Clan Harold Grain, he only has 4, so he can only command 8 units on the map at a time. So we're going to start this off. I'm assuming that if you are watching me, A, you either know what this game is, or B, you're one of my friends and I made you watch this. So I'm going to start by building this Stoneworkers Hall. It's going to give us building cost reduction as well as time reduction. And I'm going to do the same here in Fahamgathol. Where is it? Oh, can I not make that yet? Let's see what I need. I do need to... Oh, I can make it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. And for starting moves, I'm going to recruit these 2 units here. And in Gehuzanar, let's get you the grain exchange. That should help us make a little more money there. I could go, actually, we can't recruit anything here, so instead, we'll just do all stoneworker halls. And then as soon as that army comes, there's a settlement over here that I can take just to the east of Fahamgathol. And we'll send our diplomat out south. We'll start building these watchtowers so I have some vision over my land. I do remember there being rebels right here at this bridge, so I do need to be mindful of that. And, ooh, I can't get cavalry here, that's good.
My king. Mark. Aye. Joining up, my king. Aye, lord. Aye, my liege. Move out.
There's also a settlement just to the south here, so I think I'm going to take that guy out, put these taxes on low, and hopefully they don't rebel. If they do start to rebel, I'll move some Dwarven laborers back there. And I guess we'll put a watchtower right here. And that should just about do it. I don't have any other agents, so I'm going to end the turn. Oh, and before I do that, here's just a little description about who we are. If you would care to read that, I'll just leave it paused at different sections here if you want to take your leisure at it. Basically, we're the remnants of the dwarves that left their home at Erebor after Smaug attacked, and when Thorin's company left, we were just the remainder that live here now. There's a lot of ancient history here, however I won't go too far into it. However, there is one unique mechanic with this faction, and that is the Grimborn. So there are 2 main clans, the Firebeards and the Broadbeams. However, there is kind of this cult of dwarves called the Grimborn, who are very greedy. There's a lot of old history and some in-game lore that they've made for this universe of Divide and Conquer. And so basically these dwarves want to remake the old dwarven kingdoms here, as well as reclaim old dwarven artifacts that ancient smiths created that are now in the hands of others, such as Aragorn of the Dunedain and Theoden of Rohan are 2 that I know of. So our goal is going to be to side with them when the time comes, and reclaim our lost artifacts and build a great dwarven nation. We're gonna make the dwarves great again. And I did notice with this new update that the first end turn seems to always take a little while to get through, so let's hope. I am hoping right now that it actually passes the Principality of Dol Amroth. I did have it crash here one time, so my fingers are crossed. Well, looks like we are good. Alright, the turn is passed. This is just telling us that the faction of Dol Amroth has claimed a unique settlement. We don't need to really care about that since they're so far away. Mur has been reclaimed, so the Khazad-dûm dwarves live there, and the Northern Dunedain have taken their old fortress of Fornost. Okay, we are going to move here to besiege the settlement. Can I still get these mercenaries? I lose the travelers, but I do gain bandits and cavalry. I think what I'll do is I'll take those and besiege this settlement and build this ram. Now, we are massively outnumbered, but I think I can do this with the small force that I have here. But just to be safe, I will send over one extra unit here. I'll keep two in the garrison, just so that they have the free upkeep. And here's that guy I was looking for, Captain Herarian. Let's see, what does he have? Just bandits and cell swords. This might be a tough fight. I know that our laborers they do have solid stats, however, this might be a little bit of a bloodbath, but I do need to take them out because I want to get to this city, which, has 3 units of warriors in it. That's going to be a tough one to take. Let's see, can I recruit any crossbows anywhere? I do not have an archery range, so I can't do that. However, just for the sake of making sure I can beat this army, what's your upkeep? 500, wow. Oh, but I could get cavalry here. That actually might be enough to tilt the scales in our favor, actually. So I'll pick up one of those and send them over here to reinforce Nar, and I'll keep my clan lord in this city with high taxes just so I can get some money, and we'll recruit a spy. Ooh, if we do that, we actually start to lose money. Here, let's save that so we don't... Well, we'll go a little bit into the red. Hopefully these guys just sally out and attack us, so then I can just take this settlement, lose a couple of troops, and that'll save us some upkeep costs. Because you know what they say, when your soldiers die, you have more supplies for your other soldiers. Alright, looks like these bandits here at Garth Helgoth are indeed attacking us. So we're going to take this out to the field. And we're going to fight this battle. Well, that's a neat loading screen. I think that's Bilbo being pulled up a tree by Thorin when they're surrounded by wargs during The Hobbit. Okay, get off of the ram, we won't need that. Send these marksmen over this way, put them in loose formation, and get the cavalry out there. Bandits, I need you to run. Here are Ered Luin scouts. And the broadbeam marksmen. Now these guys are exceptional crossbowmen. With a 14 missile attack, very long range of 190 meters, and very good accuracy. They are susceptible to arrows, however, so if they do get shot, they will lose their numbers relatively quickly. Gonna make them run over here and get our cavalry in position. Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Keep shooting at these guys over here. There is one unit that I'm afraid of. Is these cell swords in the back here. These are very heavy armed swordsmen. Oh, thank you for those. Yeah, my wife just gave me some Japanese Kit Kats. I can't wait to get into those. Oh, I'm recording right now. Got a alright charge into these hunters here. As we send in the bandits. Watch as these crossbow bolts fly into the enemy. Oop, just short. I'll get that cavalry out of there. Now, so far, the things aren't looking too great. We've got 8% loss to 14. But the bandits are here just to serve their cause and die for the glorious dwarves. Run these guys out to this side here so we can flank them. They might actually rout, which would not be good for us. However, we are taking out these woodland hunters here, and if we can get support onto this flank, we might be able to save them. We're going to start to shoot at those cell swords before they do too much to us. And let's see if we can get a cavalry charge in here. Oh yeah, get in there, merchants. That should help us to support our bandits over here. But this is what's going to scare me, is when these cell swords get into melee on our other units here. So I might actually have to peel these off and go charge them in the back just to slow them down. We'll activate Stubbornness of the Dwarves, which I believe gives a defensive buff to my troops. Oh. Oh no, these dwarves are definitely going to be caught in this. Okay, well, looks like we have no choice but to fight them now. I'm going to lose a lot of those dwarves. Let's see. If we can just get the cavalry to charge into these guys again. We will replenish some of them, but it does hurt to lose them this early. Hence, they can only replenish up to 77. That's just a feature of the game. A really weird one of that. However, once we do hit the barracks event in about 64 turns, we can build an archery range that will let us retrain them. Get these crossbows in there, and then cycle charge these cell swords again. They're not counter-charging, they are just running, so they should take quite a bit of damage here. And then we'll have these crossbowmen shoot at that. Our bandits are getting really destroyed here, however. They're doing their job, they're just holding back the tide. If we can kill the cell swords, then we will be able to... This should be where their general is, and if we can take him out, we can rout the rest of the force and make them run away. Oh, our bandits are routing here, however the scouts are about to get another full volley in. Oh, this is not going to be good. I'm going to send the cavalry in to counter-charge. Oh, there's their general. Cutting the glorious shot of these crossbows.
The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
However, they are starting to rout. Their troops do have very low morale, so we might be able to save our crossbows here. However, they are not the best in melee. See if we can get another charge on these bandits. As our crossbows somehow shoot to the side when they're facing forward on all of these sellswords. Oh, they are sending bandits behind, so I will send my cavalry to charge those as well.
We have lost half our men. For the moment, the fortune of battle goes our way.
Oh, and they are routing. This is actually very good for us. And once they start to rout, then the rest of the troops will see their allies running, and they too will flee. Are you guys still shooting? Oh, they're shooting at someone else. I'm going to have them get in melee on here. Okay. If we can just make everything rout here, we will be set. Lumbermen are coming back. So we'll send the scouts back to support the fight here against the sellswords, who do outclass us in melee. That's why I was so afraid of them. Okay, now we just need to capture all of these routing troops. Once we take away them from the battlefield, it'll be easier to rout the rest of them. However, these lumbermen, I'm not actually going to charge them. That might be suicide. As they have two-handed axes, they have armor piercing, and our merchant cavalry only have armor to defend themselves. They have no defense skill whatsoever. As these are just simply rich guys who bought fancy armor and a shield. See if we can get a volley on these guys. And here come a couple shots, taking out a few. As we charge the lumbermen here. Very risky charge, but I do want to get them off of the battlefield. Oh, and they are routing. See if we can get another point-blank charge on these bandits. Did not look like that happened the way I wanted it to. These merchant cavalry, they were expensive, but it'll be worth it when we take this settlement. All I did is charge these bandits. They are exhausted, so their charge potential has been greatly diminished. Alright, they're routing. We've got about 210 of them captured now. And it looks like our general has finished off those sellswords. Now all we need to do is rout the last of their units. And as long as they're all running away at the same time, we will be able to win this battle. However, I might pull back just because they're so close to their town center. As soon as they reach this, their morale immediately recovers and they'll be able to come charge back out. So as soon as these guys go in, they're going to decide, oh, I still want to fight, and they will run out the gates. The bastards. So if I'm able to pull back my forces far enough away and make a gun line, so to say, with these crossbows, I should be able to clear them out as they run towards me. And then hopefully get a mass rout and finish off the rest of them. Let the cavalry recover their stamina for a minute. 4 hunters are facing us down now. Look at that guy. Oh, he looks like a beast. Oh, he's covered in blood. Alright, and we're gonna get some hits there. Oh, that one hit that man. However, there's not many of them, so only a couple of bolts will actually hit. You'd think all you would need is one, though, to take out these clothes-wearing hunters. Oh, they're taking multiple shots. Okay, now we can shoot at these other hunters that are coming up. They should take more damage than the others. They might be out of ammo. Alright. Yeah, they are running straight for us. Now they are routing, and all we need to do is clean up the rest. This is just going to be a massacre now. I'll just have the cavalry clean up. They should be able to rout the rest of these bandits off, especially as they watch the rest of their fellow countrymen get shot in the back by thousands of bolts. Or not thousands, maybe 150. Still, that is a lot of armor-piercing bolts traveling at I don't know, 100 meters a second, however fast crossbows go. And there we are. We have succeeded. A heroic victory, even though we lost half of our force. And it looks like the biggest pile of gold will go to these merchant cavalry who carried us today with 315 kills. Broadbeam marksmen had 156. That's not too bad, considering they were hit in melee by the enemy general. And this loading screen, this appears to be also from The Hobbit, when they're going down the river in barrels when they escape from Thranduil's halls in Mirkwood. And now that I'm here, think I noticed the music might be a tad too loud. I'm going to actually adjust that. We'll get 1 gold if we occupy it, 14 if we sack it. Oh no, we'll get 0 if we sack it, so yeah, we just want to occupy that. Okay, they want us to send an emissary to the High Elves, which we can do. However, we don't want to make an alliance with them, as we wish to restore Ered Luin to their former glory and build a grand dwarf empire that spans the whole west side of the map. Turn that down a little bit, hopefully avoiding any YouTube copyright infringement, because I'm using the base game's copyrighted music. Right. Actually, hold on. Let's look at these real quick. War declared, Kingdom of Rohan and Dominion of Isengard, and we finished those stoneworkers' halls. However, I don't think I have enough money to build what I wanted to. I could build this grain exchange, which would give us an extra 100 gold a turn. However, I really want to get these mines, as that's 600 plus 125. We're looking at 755 gold every turn for having that, which means it'll pay itself off in about 5 turns. So we're making only 300 gold a turn, so we do need to take this army out and then push on to the settlement, and hopefully after that we should have enough gold. However, I think we might still have to wait a turn. As these mercenary cav, they are not cheap. 350 every turn. Firebeard warriors 360. Even the dwarven laborers have a high upkeep of 260. And my nobles. So we have very high upkeep costs across the board. So what we're going to do in this battle, I'm going to get a nice long line with the Tumunzahar nobles. Two-handed sword-wielding dwarfs clad in an amazing armor skill of 18. And then we're going to get a compact line of laborers to fight next to these guys. And then send these Firebeard warriors who are dual-wielding hammers and axes, I believe. Or no, it's just axes. They're going to come around and try to flank the enemy, who have positioned themselves on that hill. With no time to waste, we're just going to rush up to them. Rush being a... Is that the right choice of words when you've only got half the height of a man and short, stumpy legs? But what am I saying? The dwarves are natural sprinters, lad. Now, these bandits, as we saw in the last battle, they're not great. And we should be easily able to run them down. However, they do have these privateer axemen. If we just take a look at their stats, they do have a 9 melee attack, which is formidable in of its own. However, they are armor piercing, meaning that we look at the 18 value of the Tumunzahar the nobles. If they get in combat with these guys, it's as if their armor skill is actually only 9. Instead of 18, it gets halved by that ability, meaning that they will be very good at chopping down these poor dwarves, so we want to make sure that doesn't happen. I could try charging into them, but I think I'll wait until they're engaged with some laborers. Instead, we'll get a side charge in on these bandits and just start to thin them out a little bit. See how this goes. They had 175 and now they have 159. So we took about 20 out there. And now we're going to pull out with the cavalry because the privateer axemen are coming in. Run, run you fools, get out of there. Alright, they're rushing to meet us in the field, so we're just going to move our army up and get a side charge on these bandits as well. Get these laborers in there, get the nobles in there, and then these laborers take the right flank. Got a fair number there. I'm going to get these Firebeard warriors to flank around. Ooh, actually, they might rout immediately. I'm going to pull these guys out to the side, not let them get too engaged. You know, we might just go in. I feel like we've got a pretty good engagement here. Use our rallying call. Now, our workers here, they do have armor piercing as well, so they don't have the best stats, but they will be able to do solid damage to the axemen.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this,
These guys in
we
a
will
nice
smash the enemy.
line formation to charge into the side of these bandits. Run these cavalry out, and then charge these bandits again. We should get really good contact against them. Now these laborers aren't doing so well, but they will be supported by the Firebeard warriors. Just running in there, hitting these bandits with axes. Well, this man's actually got a hammer and an axe, so I was wrong. They do have hammers. Okay. Gonna pull these cavalry out and try to get a surrounding charge on these bandits down here. How's this fight going? We're not doing bad. I'm gonna pull up the miners, see if I can get more of them into the fight, and hopefully we can rout these bandits. Come on, you know you want to run away. Ooh, there we are. Now they are fighting to the death, so we don't want to completely surround them. We want them to run away. If they have nowhere to escape to, they will fight to the death in it, and which means even though they are technically broken, they will still keep killing our troops, so we want to avoid that. Alright. Get these laborers in here, charge the Firebeard warriors onto these bandits, and charge behind with the merchant cavalry. Privateer axemen down to 100. This is good. We should be able to rout these bandits. Yep, there we go. Now all we got to do is circle around and flank into these privateer axemen. Also work on getting the Firebeard warriors up and around because they are armor piercing. If we can get a good charge, we have killed their general, and he was an elf of all things. An elf leading men into, well, their death, really. With their general gone, they might actually break here with this charge. Shaken, come on, I know you want to break. But these are professional fighters. Get more of these dwarves in here. And we'll just charge the Firebeard warriors. And if we just get a complete surround, they are wavering up, and they are fighting to the death. They did push themselves into my own troops here, so we'll just let them fall to dwarf picks, axes, and swords. And there we are. We don't need to mop them up because they are rebels. They will just completely vanish after this battle, returning to their homes and never taking up a sword or axe again. And again, the cavalry turned out to be the best investment we've made in this campaign. Now, dwarves do not normally get their own cavalry. They can only rely on mercenaries. And for us, we'll only ever get these merchant cavalry available to us. The other dwarves factions, we have the Dwarves of Khazad-dûm, led by Balin, and we also have King Dain leading the realm of Erebor. Now, Khazad-dûm can get Bjorning riders, which are basically men of the Anduin Vale that ride horses. They can get those guys as mercenaries, and I believe they can also get these merchant cavalry. Alright, now I'll push into here. This will be a tough fight. I think what I'll do is try to besiege them for a couple of turns and make them lose a couple of units due to attrition. as I do worry about fighting 3 whole units of Warg Riders. I do not have the right units to take those on. So we'll see how this goes. And if we do get a Nara diplomat down here, we will get a unit, and I'm really hoping we get a crossbow unit. Okay, we'll get Captain Ruin over here to help solidify the garrison of Garth-Heligoth, which does not like us. Its culture is only 22% Dwarven. We will need to fix that. However, we won't invest into it now, as we really want to get these mines built first. I could put these taxes to very high. That will give us a little more money. And Fahamgathol, can I change you? No, you are a fortress. Gahuzanar is already on low. It might have been better to actually get the mines first, now that I think about it. Oh well, we live and we learn. Besiege that, and we'll end our turn and see what happens. Ooh, that is not good. Garth-Heligoth is actually rebelling against us. I might need to send one more unit there, which is going to hurt our economy. Clan Harold Grain wants to get married to Bestla. Now that is the best dwarven name I've ever heard, so I will accept that. Ooh, they are killing some of our soldiers here. However, they are killing some of their own, so they might end up actually just killing themselves off in the process. Ooh, now next turn we will be able to afford those mines. However, we really need to get some public order here, which means I need to get a pipe hall and get some law in this town. Alright, we'll send Anar down here. I'm hoping I run into the elves. Yes, there they are. I think what I will do is I will just start building the pipe hall there, as we need to get public order in this settlement. Is it actually better with him out of it? Hold on. Oh, we're out of it now. It actually might be, I think it was at 55% when he was gone, and now it's at 60. That might be enough to save us. It would be 2 turns to get pikemen there. Build up our military presence. How is that public order? Alright, that is a lot of cultural unrest. Yeah, that is not good at all. Our military has a good garrison, but what we really need to do is change the culture here, meaning we need to get a brewery up. Once we get trade with the elves, I know we will start to get more money. And then there's that. I think I will end the episode here. I'm going to call this save. We'll call this Blue Mountain Boys. Hit that save. And until we meet again, make sure you always tip your bartender and your waiters and drink plenty of beer. As you know what they say, alcohol can kill any virus.